significance of the study. No, sorry. Research objective. Research RO and RQ. You have to critique this one also. If the study is qualitative research, does the author use correct format for qualitative research? You know, I told you that when you want to decide research question and research objective for qualitative research and quantitative research, they are different. And I've corrected you several times on that. So the author, is he following the right format for qualitative research or quantitative research? If this research is quality or quantity, is the research question and research question and research objective, are they tally? Because research question and the research objective should be tally. Are they tally? Are they tally? Are they the same? So if they are not the same, you critique it. All these are what you need to critique under problem statement. As I'm telling you now, you see a lot of things to critique. After you have critiqued this, after you have written this, then you now go to significance of the study. Significance of the study. You get my point now. So you explain. So you have looked at the significance of the study. What is there? So what is not there? What you need to critique in under significant study is that does it contain the benefit of the study, the contribution of the study to knowledge, theoretical contribution, practical contribution, and other things. So this is what you need to critique under the significance of the study. Then we have scope and the limitation of the study. Then scope and limitation. So all these things, then operational definition of things. So is it written as it is supposed to be written? Does the author define according to the focus of the study and others? So then you now go to methodology. So literature review, critique the literature review. The literature review, is it clear? Does it expose a gap? Does it explain deficiency in past studies? And does it expose gap in knowledge? So all these things, what you need to, if it's not, you need to critique that. It's not doing this because you now explain from other studies that this other study said this is how literature review should be. Meaning that when you are critiquing, so two things, you need to do two things. When anything you are critiquing, the first thing is that you say your own word, that this thing is not supposed to be like this. It's not this. You now mention those who said. So the second thing is that you now mention the general practice, that this thing, according to this, they said this is how it should be done, according to support your own critique. So a methodology. So these are what you need to critique. Under the methodology, does the person, the author, did they use the proper research design? The population and sample. Population and sample. The sample, the researcher select the sample, start the right sampling method. You get my point now? The right sampling method. Does the researcher select the right sampling method? If the researcher want to generalize, and the researcher now use purposive sampling, that is an error. You need to critique that. And you're supposed to use simple random sampling. So that's all these things what you learn to explain. The instruments they use and other things. So that is a so population sampling technique. So all these things. So is that okay? Are you following me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you see now how you are going to write the article review. Concerning the article review now, there should not be a problem for you. Agree or not agree? Let me hear now. Okay, Vasrin, you want to ask question?
Doctor, I wanted to ask for the critique part, does it must be negative or it can also be the positive criticism?
Okay, critique is always negative, but we have a constructive criticism. You get my point? Critique is always negative. So when you want to commend, is commendation. You can commend also. Yes, he has done this, he has written this one, but the review, you comment, you can comment. You get my point now. You can comment that he has done well in this aspect. He has done well in this aspect, but this aspect he has not done. So that is critique. Is that understood?
Understood, Doctor. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, so if there is no any question on the article review, I'm done with the article review. I will send the article, the format to you. So and find an article, read it between two of you, then follow all what I said. So and submit. So that is concerning the article review. Now, okay, Nurul, you want to ask question?
Sorry, sir. For
No problem.
you say that the critique part is that we critique on the weaknesses or the flaws for the practitioner, right?
Yes, the authors.
Okay. What about if you found that the interpretation for the result or data, the researcher didn't state properly or interpret properly? So is that aspect that we can critique?
Yes, you critique that also. Everything about the paper, everything, interpretation, the result. Sorry, I don't mention that. Sorry. So you need to critique all those on. And let me add it. The result, interpretation, everything. The the result, you need to critique the result also. You get? Then discussion also. Everything that you think that this is, so you need to critique everything. So is that clear?
Yes, thank you, Doctor.
You are welcome. You are welcome. So with that, I will hang my boot. With that, I will hang my boot on issue of critique. I pray that all of you are listening. All of you are here with me. I not think that some of you will be doing another thing while you're in class. So those are that you see, I see that some people are very. I see the voice, and you see that some people are where they are cooperating and they are on ground. I know some are on ground, but I don't. Some are not. I may not know. Maybe some are not on ground. So if you are not on ground, it's not my fault. Get my point now. So if you are not on ground, it's not my fault. So I'm taking time to just explain everything to you. Now, the next thing now is the article, is the proposal. I will show you two types of two proposal. So the proposal, if you want, you just let me know. So the proposal, like the one we told you, we explained to you in school, in class. So I showed some proposal for you to the students. Maybe when you come to class, upper week, I will show you also the students, the previous students that scored 43. Some of them scored 43, 42. I show those who attend physical class. I show them how they write it, and I show them some of them take the photocopy. So let me change it so that I will show you also. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've left it in the office. But let's look at this. Look at the background of the study. So background of the study, the problem statement. Look at the problem statement. So, and they put the right references. So references in our study is very, very important. Complexity involved in managing mega transportation infrastructure projects in the UAE is burdensome. You see that it is because the authority involved multiple stakeholders. These stakeholders such as government agencies, sponsors, clients, management firms, and consultants and contractors influence the various stages of project and sometimes make it difficult to achieve success in the project. You see, the chain of communication, coordination, knowledge and sharing, and this knowledge sharing and decision making among the stakeholders, especially during the planning and design stages, is highlighted as critical. The UAE Transport Authority, especially the air transportation sector, was heavily affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Emirates Airline reported a loss of USD 5.5 billion during FY March 2020 to March 2021, compared with a profit of AED 288 million the previous year. You see, what I'm trying to tell you is that it it is giving you, it's giving us is providing the statement, then um it provides statistical evidence to justify. So this is a real and a good problem statement. So this is a good problem statement. So we need to find a way. So this how then after problem statement, research objective, after research objective, research question. If you look at the research objective, you see that you talk about investigate, investigate. Doesn't matter if you repeat investigate for the whole, doesn't matter. Just write the right thing. So what is the extent to which strategic management is being practiced? So what is the effect of so is there any direct? So this one you see that from the research question and research objective, you will know that this study is doing quantitative study. You get my point from the research. So not that you'll be writing how, explore, no. So then this significance of the study. The significance of the study we be talking about the benefits. So all this is how you will by how you will write research proposal. So chapter 3. Then this is one. Another one, let me show you another one. You will now decide which one you like. So this is another one. The background of the study. So you see that references is there, everything is there. Problem statements, research objective, evaluate, estimate, evaluate, investigate. You see, to what extent do this? So this is, we know that you see that this also is quantitative research, significance of the study. He said, theoretically, the present study will contribute to the field of management by aligning knowledge management and talent management together and making a more substantial impact on institutional performance. Before now, both concepts are being used individually to boost organizational performance and ensure a corporate edge over its competitors. It is proposed that knowledge management and talent management will make a perfect mix in the management field. For instance, adequate knowledge management, knowledge based on knowledge creation, sharing, application. So this is significant of the study. Limitation and limitation of the study. So if you look at this, then the definition of terms. So this is chapter 2. So you can follow this also in your own. So till the end. This literature review. Then this is a methodology. And conclusion. So anyone you want, so I will send to you. So you can use this one or this one as guide that will guide you. You cannot copy from it because it's not related to your work, but it just guide you on how to write all these things. So that is it. So that is about the proposal. And you should not forget that the proposal is 50%, 50 marks. So any question on the proposal? Okay, but it's clear to you. Okay. So now let's now go to the next. So article review cleared, proposal cleared. You can continue doing your work now. So let's go to the research methodology. Now, before we continue, I think you are now enough. So let me mark the attendance because attendance is very, very important. So when we get to class, when you resume, so you will mark by yourself. you will sign it by yourself. Is that okay? Okay. So if I call you, you say present. If it's not clear, you just write that you are present. So that I will know that you are present. If you just unmute yourself, I call you, just unmute yourself and say present. I will start from class 2605A. So Aisha Nadira Bintu Rosemary.
Present, sir.
Okay. Christopher Rodney Anak Bedford.
Present, sir.
Okay, good. Fakhrul Faizatullah Bun Hauzai. So that's not around. Farah Adiba Binti Muhammad.
Present, sir.
Okay. Fazrin Wanisha Bintu Isaac.
Present, doctor.
Okay. Muhammad Farabi Bon Muhammad Amin.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Na Sakif Rosaidi Bon Ahmad. Na.
Present, sir.
Okay. Nur Auni Shahira Bintu Sufyan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nur Iza Bintu Yusuf.
Present, doctor.
Okay. Nur Wahida Amalin Bintu Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nurul Ashikin Bint.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nurul Anis Amira Bint Ashim.
Present, doctor.
Okay. Siti Nuraisha Bintu Sabardin. Siti Nuraisha Binti Sabardin. Okay, she's not okay. Now, the next one. Ahmad Faisuddin Bon Abdurrahman.
Yes, sir. Present.
Okay. Amir Haikal Bon Airul Hisham. Okay. Afik Amirul Bon Hassan.
Present, doctor.
Okay. Maiseli Jane Lynn Anak Jonem.
Here, doctor.
Okay. Muhammad Aiman Bun Azmi.
Present, doctor.
Okay. Muhammad Amin Bun Muhammad Rosli.
Yes, doctor. I share device with Jane.
Okay. Okay. Muhammad Farif Lukman Bun Ibrahim.
Present, sir.
Okay. Muhammad Hafiz Bun Muhammad Pini.
Present, sir.
Okay. Muhammad Azmi Bun Hasdi. Muhammad Azmi Bun Hasdi.
Sir.
Okay. Asdi, where are you? Okay. Yes, I see you. I see you. Najiha Binti Ramli.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I see you. Nawawi Bun Nizam.
Yes, sir. Present.
Okay. Nur Atika Bint Muhammadu Nur Zamri.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nur Maria Bintu Sharafuddin.
Present, doctor.
Okay. Nurul Farhana Binti Muhammadu Junaidi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nurul Hayati Binti Ismail.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Siti Nur Amliha Natasha Bintu Abdurrahim.
Present, Doctor.
Okay. Siti Sadia Bintu Muhammad Idris.
Yes, Doctor. Present.
Okay. One Muhammad Arif Afik Bon One.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nurul Fazila Binti Awang Jati. Nurul Fazila Binti Awang Jati. Okay. So today's date is what? Thursday.
Sir. Sir.
Yes.
Just now you call my name. I'm at toilet.
Allahu Akbar.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Your name is Nurul
Siti
Fazila.
Naraisha. No. Siti Naraisha from chemistry.
Okay, I'm coming. Okay, last class. Okay, let me check. Siti Naraisha. Okay, God has saved you.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, sir.
No problem. Okay. So today is 23rd. 05 2024. Okay. Yes. Deal. Finish. Okay. Let's quickly continue so that we can finish quickly. Alhamdulillah that we have concluded the two aspects. So the last aspect will not take us more than some minutes. So the chapter 3, part 3. So this one before, I put this one because of the test. That every one of you, when you don't perform well don't be disappointed, but you need to work hard also. If you have done your best, you have done the right thing, you have done your best, you leave the rest to Allah. So don't because everybody is a genius, because you have your everybody has area of competency, area in which you are very good, you are very best. You just need to just discover yourself. But if you are judging a fish by its ability to climb a tree, the fish will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So you have your ability, another person has his own ability. Another person can speak very well, another person is eloquent. Some people are mathematicians. Some people can easily remember what they are taught. So that's why it's good for you to just discover yourself. If you know that you are someone that is not easily remembered something, you need to read more, spend more time. Don't imitate others. Some students are very good. Whenever they listen to teacher in class, they understand everything. And sometimes they might not need time to read again. You should not copy them. That's why it's good for somebody to just discover yourself. Just try and discover yourself and know whom you are. If you discover yourself, you see that. I see myself as an average person. As a result of that, I take time to read more and more. I don't delay my reading till 11th hour, till exam time, because I know that if I read till before exam time, I know that I will not pass that. I might not pass exam because I forget things easily. So as a result of that, you need to discover yourself. So that is it. But every human being has his own area of competence. Some can run very well, some can play football very well, some can sing very well, some can remember something very well, some can use their hand to create something, some are creative. So a lot of things, all these things are gifts from God, that you should not kill yourself that because you don't perform well in a particular area, that does not mean that you are a fool. So that's why I bring out this. You need to be happy with yourself no matter the circumstances. So, but I'm not saying that you should not be serious. You should be serious as students. A lot of you students, the way you to do things is not, instead of you to be reading. Some, not that the way I see most of you are brilliant. You get my point now. You know, I told you I'm a psychologist. Most of you are brilliant. You are brilliant. You are very good. But your problem is that you misplace your priority. A lot of you are spending too much time with social media. A lot of you. If you assess yourself in a day and you discover that you are spending like 3-4 hours in social media, that is too much. So that's too much for you. If you are spending 2 or 3 hours with social media, it's too much. So that is what you need to ask. That's how you need to assess yourself. That 4 hours you are spending with social media, if you can just divide it into 2, just spend 2 hours with your book, with your readings. You will see how successful you might be. No matter no matter the level of your brilliancy, if you can devote 2 hours in a day for your study, out of 24 hours, devote just 2 hours in a day for your studies, you see that you will excel. So success does not take does not mean it will take several hours from you. No, just 2 hours in a day and be consistent with it. Even 1 hour in a day and be consistent with that time. You see that before you know it, the knowledge you acquire become an ocean. So that is it. So I just want to advise you on that. Now, the topic before us is instrumentation and research ethics. So what is instrumentation? Instrumentation is about, you know, that the researcher has to determine what kind of data they want to collect. So the instrument, the device used to collect data is known as an instrument, meaning that the questionnaire that you use to collect your data from your mates or from students is what is called instrument. And that is why they call that aspect instrumentation. Your questionnaire is your instrument. The questionnaire you use to collect data is what is called instrument. So don't forget. While data is the information that you get from your respondent. Instrument is the device, is the paper that you give out, is the Google form that you send out. You get my point now? Google form, that's the instrument. But the information you receive from the participant is what is called data. So question arises regarding the procedure and condition under which the instrument will be administered. Where will the data be collected? When will the data be collected? How often the data to be collected? And who is to collect the data? All this one, they are not so that important. So types of research instruments. We have survey, we have interview question, we have checklist for observation, and we have checklist for document analysis. However, on the aspect research ethics is very, very important in the aspect of developing questionnaire or instrument, because you should not use another questionnaire without informing the researcher. That is, the questionnaire that does not belong to you, the instrument does not belong to you. You want to use it because it is not advisable for you to just have or create a questionnaire by yourself. That questionnaire may not be able to measure what you want to measure. As a result of that, we advise you to use questionnaire from other researchers. The questionnaire that has been already, the questionnaire that has already published. So it's better you use those questionnaire. So if you have the opportunity, if the questionnaire is something hidden or something restricted, you have to seek for permission from the owner of from the researcher or the owner of the questionnaire, the person that created the questionnaire. That's one. Two, when you use a particular questionnaire, it's better you acknowledge the source of the questionnaire, meaning that you need to tell them that this questionnaire I collected, I did not created that questionnaire by myself. The questionnaire I get from Dr. So. You will now write the date. Dr. Ismail, 2024. So if you show that you collect that questionnaire from somebody, you are not the author of that questionnaire, meaning that you are not claiming the ownership of something that does not belong to you. So that is the aspect of all these things about ethics. The item must not have any negative effect on, or the item that you want to use, the instrument that you want to use must not have negative effect on the respondent, the person that wants to answer it. It will not affect that person mentally or physically. So you need to look at that aspect also. So the instrument you want to use must be valid and must also be reliable. Now, this is a form, example of survey form. This example of a checklist or observation checklist. Now, we're now talking about useless data. So useless data, something that is not useful. Useless data is a data administered indirectly. That is, if you administer your questionnaire indirectly, it might be you not be able to get or make good use of the data collected from it. So, or useless data is the data administered by someone disliked by the respondent. The useless data is the one that is administered in a noisy and inhospitable condition. So, when useless data is the data that is administered when the respondents and participants are exhausted, when they are tired. Like me now, you see, I'm very, very tired, but I'm just moving a little bit, moving forward a little bit. Now, if you can, so then if the instruction is not clear also, it's also a useless data. Instrument not valid and not reliable is also a useless data. So, problem related to the instrument, the printed material not in a good condition or online instrument has problem due to internet connection. All these things are useless data. Are you following me?
Yes, doctor.
Okay.
Yes, doctor.
Yes,
Okay.
doctor.
Okay. Good. Yes. The way you are answering me, it shows that you are energetic. I like that. You are encouraging me also because you see that I'm yawning. But as you are alive, so I'm also alive. The way you are responding, you are encouraging me. Don't worry, you will respond very well when I ask any question. Don't bother. So you respond very well. As you are responding very well, so I'll be alive and energetic. So let's continue. Now, the next thing is that okay, we have talked about the instrument. We have talked about the instrument, talk about type of instrument, we have talked about useless data. Now, the next now is what is called validity. So when we are talking about validity, your instrument, you know that every one of you will have, you will generate your instrument. And your instrument, even in qualitative research, you have your instrument. In quantitative research, you have your instrument. Now, a good instrument, you want to have a good instrument, and you want that instrument to cover what you want to, your focus. You need to consider some things. One of the things that you need to consider is validity. The instrument you want to use, is it valid? That's the question. So what is validity? You need to pay attention to this because I can ask you anytime. Validity is very simple. The instrument should be, when an instrument measure what is supposed to measure, we will say that instrument is what? Is valid. Meaning that validity is a what? Is when the question or questionnaire or the instrument measure what is supposed to measure. Meaning that the questionnaire fit the target, hit the target. That is your focus at the front. Then it now hit the target. Target is your focus. That is the meaning of what? That is validity. Meaning that your research measure what is supposed to measure. I want to measure this. I want to measure self-esteem. I'm now really measuring that self-esteem. That's what's called validity. So they gave us a sample survey to measure student satisfaction on the facility provided by the university. Thus, the items supposed to focus on the facility, not on parenting side. That is it. Researchers want instruments that will allow them to make valid conclusion on the characteristics of the respondent. So, as a result of that, what you want to measure, what you decide to measure, and because of the following statement, because you said the student lack motivation, I want to measure motivation. That motivation is what you need to measure. You should not measure another thing, which is self-esteem and other things. You get my point now? So your ability to measure what you are supposed to measure, it is what is called validity. Then we also have reliability. Reliability is what? Is another consideration. When you say something is reliable, that is meaning that that thing is consistent. You can rely, is the outcome, the result of that. It means that the result of your result of the instrument, the result you get from the instrument is consistent. The outcome you get from the instrument is consistent. That is what is called reliability. Meaning that, for example, now, when I do research, so when I conduct a research for Ahmad Faisuddin, then I get result from Ahmad Faisuddin. I conducted another research for Amir Haikal Bun Hairul Hisham. I conducted another research. Then I also conduct another research for I collected information for Afik Amirul Bona Hassan. So but all these three people that I conducted, I gave the outcome, the instrument, I get the same outcome. It means the instrument is reliable. That's consistent the result is consistent. You get my point now? That is what is called reliability. Look at this example. you will see that the figure. So they said it's reliable but not valid. Who can tell us? Who can explain this thing to us? They said it's not. Why is it? Why is it reliable but not valid?
Can I try, doctor?
Yes. Try.
I think the reason why it is reliable but it's not valid because as we can see, the arrow kind of hit around the same spot, but it does not measure like in the center. So it does not measure what it's supposed to measure. Hence, it's not valid, but it's reliable because all of the arrow is pointing at the same space.
Oh, let me clap for you. Very good. You are correct. So they are consistently pointing at the same place, but they did not measure what they are supposed to measure, which is the center. So you are correct, and that is it. That's being. It's just telling you the difference between validity and reliability. You see that it is reliable because it's consistent, measuring in one place, consistent in at one place, but it's not measuring what is. So when your study or your research is reliable but not valid, sorry, when your questionnaire is reliable but not valid, it's also useless. Then thank you very much for that explanation. So look at the second one, another person. Valid but not reliable. So who can explain that for us? They said valid but not reliable. Who want to tell us why is it valid but not reliable? Who want to try? Who want to try? Can I call somebody because of time? Okay, let me call Ahmad Baizuddin.
Yes, sir.
So
The
yes,
the outcome is not
valid but not reliable.
okay.
Why is it? Why did they say? Why did they say it is valid but not reliable?
The outcome we get from reliability is not consistent.
It's not consistent. Okay, you are getting it. It's not consistent but valid.
Oh.
Okay, you are getting it. You get half from it. You get that it's not consistent because it's not in one place, but it's valid because it strike the target, which is the middle. You get my point now? So you can say it's valid. So then the third one, valid and not unreliable. They said it's valid and reliable. Who can explain that? Who can explain that? Valid and reliable. Okay. Nurul Anis, are you raising your hand?
So
Are
can
you
I
raising?
try?
Okay,
Can I
try.
Okay, the picture showing the validity and also the reliability, by which the valid is actually showing how we actually the arrow actually hit the target, right? So
Okay.
every arrow hit the right target, by
Okay.
which that's caused the validity, and also the reliability is the consistency of the arrow hit on the same place.
Thank you very much. That's good. That's fantastic. So, and that is it. And that's what is called, that is the meaning of validity and reliability. Is that okay? I think you should know that now. So, what we are trying to say in summary is that your instrument that you want to use to collect data must valid, but it must have validity and must have reliability. That's what we are trying to tell you. You get my point now. Must have validity and must have reliability. Must be valid and must be reliable. That's what we are trying to tell you. Then another thing that the question or your instrument must have is that must have objectivity, meaning that it must try to focus on the object, not the subject. You must focus on the object that you want to measure, not the object. So look at the object. This is the objective reality. So people can interpret it in different way, but that thing, interpretation of human being does not change the nature of that thing. So objectively, that thing, tree is tree. Human being can call it anything. If they can interpret it to mean anything, but the interpretation of human being does not change it. And that's why they call it objective reality. So as a result of that, your instrument must also be objective, meaning that measure that thing, the reality, measure that thing that you are trying to measure to what it should measure. It does not care about the people's interpretation. So that is it. Then the next one is usability. The next one is usability, meaning that you should be able, the question you want to use to collect to collect data must be usable, must be easy to use, must be clear, must be easy to score. You get my point now? All this is what is called usability. It must not be difficult, it must be easy. So you must not bring about problem when you want to report the question, when you want to report the outcome. So that's what is called usability. So we have four now. We have validity, we have reliability, we have objectivity, and we have usability. So meaning that a good instrument must have these four qualities. One, validity, reliability, reliability, then objectivity and usability. Is that okay? So
Yes, sir.
okay, good. Now are we so we go to types of items. In your question, in your instrument, you have items. The items you have in your instrument is what is called questions. So questions is what in any instrument they call questions. Each question they call it item in your instrument. So they are now saying that types of question that you ask, that is type of items in an instrument. One, the first one is single choice item. This is example of single choice item. Two, open-ended item. This is example of open-ended item. Three, multiple choice item. This is example of multiple choice item. This multiple response item. Example of multiple response item. This is rank ordering items. This is example of rank ordering item. So this is liquor types item. This example of liquor type items. So this example of retrospective post, then pre-liquor type items. So these are the types of items. This is test. This type of intelligent test. Then this is achievement test. You teacher, you administer this test. And this type of test that we did for you last week. So at achievement, they want to know level of student achievement, whether based on what they have taught them, whether they have understand, whether they have understood what they have taught them, or they really. So that's what is called achievement test. Then this is what is called personality inventory. It's also part of instrument. So interview question also is an instrument. Interview question is also an instrument. Then focus group discussion. Who know what is focus group discussion? What is focus group discussion? Who want to tell us?
Focusing on specific topic.
You have tried focusing on specific topic. You have tried
Focus on specific group of people.
group of people. Yes. Focus on specific topic. Focus on group of people. Good. So I want somebody to now combine the two. Farah say half. Jane also say half. So if you combine the two, okay, let me tell you what is focus group. Focus group is like interview also. So that focus on a specific topic among specific group of people that have that knowledge about that topic and have knowledge about the topic is interview. But we don't call it interview because group are involved. You get my point now. You have a specific topic, then you will sit down. Okay, let me go internet and show you focus group. Focus group. You see now. You see the example now. This is example of focus group discussion. The interview, the researcher will be in the middle. Will be asking these people. This is how they will sit. They'll be asking them questions. Focus on particular question. You get my point now. You see that it's many like this. So that is focus group. You understand it now? Jane, do you understand it? Farah, do you understand it?
Yes.
My battery. So you understand it now? So that is a focus group discussion. So if you want to conduct qualitative research, you can also, instead of you collecting data from many people, you can, and spending different times with them, you can bring all of them together as focus group, then ask the question you want to ask from them, you ask from them. So that is it. Then observation also. Observation also is a type of instrument, way of collecting data. So preparing observation, you decide on a technique for your observation, what you expect to learn from the observational study, structured checklist. Unstructured, you expect the data to be qualitative. Select participants and ensure that you have selected a relevant sample size. Recruit observer if it is a research team. Ideally, train all the observer and explain how they will observe participants. Explain to participants what they will be doing and what they will be observed for. Explain to participants how their data and any data collected will be used and how it won't be used. So this is the aspect of observation. This is an example of structured observation. For example, you have a student that is temper tantrum, he likes noise making. You want to know, you cannot sit down in the class for 5 minutes. So you want to know the number of, if you want to correct that student, you want to modify his or her behavior. So you need to know what is called baseline behavior. So to determine baseline behavior, you need to observe that student. How many times does he stand in an hour? So you'll be counting, you'll be putting it as tally. So you use structural observational form, or you want to look at a pattern. So you can use structural observational form. You have unstructured. This unstructured is qualitative form. Just have the time and the area of observation, behavior, context, and number of individuals. So then this is performance checklist. This is a checklist. It's also an instrument. So then this time and motion login. Then this guideline for research instrument. This one is the guideline. They give you guideline for research instrument. They said whenever you want to use language, the language must be mastered by the respondent. The respondent must understand that language, the language that you want to use for them. Word and sentences in each item must be fully understood by the respondent. Every item used must be unidimensional, meaning that they should measure only one thing. If you want to measure motivation, it will only measure motivation, not be measuring with this concept, measure another one. No, it should be what? Unidimensional. Avoid giving items to form in the form of general knowledge. Avoid using complex items. Use words which protect the feelings and of respondent and participant. Use word accurately. Avoid using words with meaning which are too specific or too general. E.g., how many times you went to the kitchen during era. So any questions so far?
So far, so good, Doctor.
Okay.
Questions.
Okay. I like that response. So far so good. Okay. So the next one is research ethics. So what is research ethics? When they talk about ethics, ethics refers to the question of right or wrong, anything that is right or wrong. That is what is ethics. Whenever they ask you define ethics, ethics is about right or wrong. Ethics in research involve the following. One, informed consent. What is informed consent? If you want to collect data, maybe from university or UITM university, from Department of Biology, you need to do what? You need to write a letter to them, informing them that you want to collect data from there. So that is what is called informed consent. You must do this. So it's part of the ethics of research. Dignity. You must be a righteous person. You must not be dishonest. That's what is called dignity in terms of meaning that whatever you want to collect is what you need to collect. You must not lie to the respondent. You must not manipulate the result to suit your own purpose. No, that is aspect of dignity. This good behavior, good character, and honesty. So the protection of participants from harm. If you know that the research you want to do will harm the participant, you must not do it. That's aspect of ethics. Ensuring confidentiality of the research data, meaning that the information, the data you collected from the respondent or participant, you must not leak it out. You must not use it to spoil the image of the participant. So you must ensure confidentiality. If you are the type that always talk too much, you must be very careful, because if at the end of the day the respondent find out that the information he or she given to you has been leaked out, that person can sue you and can cause problem for you. So you need to be confidential, meaning that you need to keep secret. Keep their secret. They keep the secret of your respondent, because they are giving you vital important information. They are giving you vital important information. So you need to treat that information with utmost confidentiality. The meaning of confidentiality is keep secret. You should not divulge information. You need to be disciplined and control yourself based on the information. Some people cannot control themselves. They cannot control their tongue. Whenever they just see opportunity, they just be talking, which is very, very bad. So you need to save the dignity of your respondent. You need to save the dignity of your. They honor you. That's why they allow you to interview or to get questions to collect data from them. So you should not spoil that image by now just talking about them, exposing them, exposing their faults to the world. That is very, very bad, and it will be painful. If they do it for you or for you also, you know that you will not like it. That is it. The question of deception of subject. You should not deceive the subject that you want to do this, you want to do that, because you just want them to just give you information. You now deceive them. This is not, it's not good. So issues related to ethics in research. One, plagiarism, mean that when you are stealing people's idea, you are stealing idea. When you copy from the authors, but you don't put their names, that is what is called plagiarism. It's an ethical issue, meaning that you are claiming that you have the knowledge, you are the one that all the ideas, you are the one that you are the one that uh, provide or produce the idea. The idea originates from that's what you are claiming, and that idea is not your idea. The idea from somebody. It seems as if that person is stealing people's idea. If you don't put their names, if you don't acknowledge them, misuse privileged information. When you have good and privileged information, you now use misuses. And the one I told you about confidentiality, you misuse when the respondent, the participant give you a particular information. You misuse it. You now post that information on social media. People are now playing with that information. So that's the issue of misuse of what? Misuse of information. Then manipulation of data. When you are trying to change the data you have collected the real data from the participant or respondent. You know, because that data you collected does not suit your own purpose. You now try to manipulate, meaning that you change data to fulfill or to suit your own purpose. So that's manipulation of data. So look at that man, cover up is manipulating data. Authorship and publications also part of research ethics. When you have agreed that you are the author and two of you will be author, three of you will be author, you have to agree on that. Then research with human being. When you are doing research with human beings, you make sure that research that you want to do with human beings is not harming them, it's not causing problem for them, it's not affecting them physically, psychologically, emotionally. So that's it. Research with animals. When you are doing research with animals, you do it and make sure that it's not infecting or it's not infectious disease, and it's not affecting other animals. So that is it. So that's the end of our class today. So, but before we go, I will ask you that if you want to collect if you want good instruments, it must have good instruments must have how many qualities?
Four.
Four qualities. Very good. Para, good, very good. Now, what are give me the names.
Validity,
Okay,
reliability, objectivity, usability.
good, very good. Thank you, Vara. You are very good. Others also, please, you need to understand it that way. So, any question? Because time is not our friend now. This 10:30. This almost 10:30. So, are you clear about the proposal? Are you clear now about what you have done? So this is where we end. I want to wish all of you to Fahu, you just join. So I want you to have a good and nice holiday. So that's it. So I wish you safe journey to your hometown. Help you to greet your family and your friends over there, and don't waste your time. You also Don't say you want to, you are so read, find time to read people. Don't spend too much time with Facebook. You need to work for your parents, be useful for them at home. So you need to listen to them, be useful to them, and work for them. The little time you are spending with them, let them enjoy you. Here's my point now. Let them see you that you are present with them. So you should not disturb them. You should not serve as burden for them within that few weeks, few days. So thank you very much. Until we meet, upper week. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam, thank you.
Thank you.